If you're thinking that running Etsy ads is going to help you get your first sale, then hopefully this video is about to save you some money. So hi, I'm Daisha and welcome back. On my channel, I talk about running my small business out of this small studio in my house. I share behind the scenes of my revenue, what the products I'm making, things like that, how I market my small business, and I just take you along for the journey so you don't have to make the same mistakes I already made. So if that interests you, then come along. So today I want to talk about this post I saw on Facebook, one of the Etsy groups, and they were asking about Etsy ads. So listen to this. It says, I don't know what to do. My shop has been open for over a month and I haven't received an order. My daily advertising budget is exhausted. The click-through rate is pitifully low. Each ad click is so expensive. It's really disgusting. And I have a couple of thoughts on this one. I've talked in the past that I've said Etsy ads do work. The issue is if you have not sold anything, you're putting money behind something that you don't even know if it would work in the first place. I've had months where ads did great. I've had months where ads did terrible. I know what products are actually going to make money when I spend ad money versus what doesn't. So if you haven't made any sales, you don't have any data or anything to support what you're putting money behind. It's like betting on a racehorse and you have no idea about any of the horses, right? Like you're putting your money on horse number one and you don't know a thing. So I thought those posts had a lot of good information or good comments. So I thought I'd share some of them. And one of them, which I agree with, says, don't pay for ads if you don't have any sales. Promote your shop on social media. And if you've been here a while, you know that's exactly what I did. The day that I opened my shop, the day that I pushed all my products on the website, I made a post on my Instagram and I was like, hey, like I think I did like an introducing my small business or something post, and I showed all the things that I offered. And that's how I got my first sales. My first sales did not come organically through Etsy. My first sales came from me posting on social media. And from having those sales on social media, show the algorithm what people are looking for, what the type of buyers that there are. It takes Etsy a while to learn your shop. So this person said they've been open for over a month, but they didn't say they've been open for 2 months. Etsy's still learning your shop. It's learning by when people type in the word. So I don't know this person's selling, let's say pink microphone. People are typing in pink microphone. And if they're clicking on his and they're not buying, they're like, that makes Etsy say, oh, well, is this not what people are looking for when they say pink microphone? Like trying to understand what is going on. So that takes time. And no one wants to hear that. Everybody wants quick success, right? Everybody wants overnight success. But that's the importance with doing something and being consistent with it, because a lot of people give up during this stage when it's not easy. And that's why people that persevere and consistently keep showing up are going to succeed, because a lot of other people have already fallen off. Someone else said, don't run ads until your listings are optimized. So talking about keywords, until you know that your items are being found in search based off of those keywords. New sellers should avoid using Etsy's ad system until they are well established. The ads work off of your keywords in SEO and will not be effective until you really understand how that works with your item. So basically, running ads before you have any sales is definitely counterproductive. And you're probably thinking like, well, if I have ads, then it's showing up. For instance, right now, I could probably turn off my ads for several of the things I have in my shop, specifically my stickers, because they're not selling. The only reason I haven't turned it off is because when I look at my ad spend, so that's how much money Etsy spends on my ads a day, those are not getting clicks anyways, so it's barely spending any money. Versus I do have some items that are spending money, but then they're not selling either. So I could kind of adjust those if I wanted to. But that's the only reason I haven't turned some of my lower priced items off. You are throwing money at something before knowing if it's optimized to be shown to the right audience or if shoppers even like what you're selling, because ads work on a bidding system. If there are many sellers running ads or fewer buyers looking for that product, the cost per click will be high, sometimes upwards of $1 per click. Etsy goes over this process in their search, advertisement, recommendation, ranking disclosures. When getting started, you're better off promoting your own products on social media, which I agree with. And that's actually he has a YouTube channel, so I'll say his name. His name is Brian, and he works at eRank. And I've watched several of their videos. I watched Starla Moore, and they talk a lot about like SEO, using ads, like using best practices with Etsy. So that's definitely an opinion that I do value. So I knew he's in the group. He's very active in the group, so he often gives people advice. Just to share a little bit about my ads experience. If you were here for the June wrap up, I talked about how last month was one of my best months in ad spend versus how much revenue I made. So I spent $306, and in revenue I made $704. So because I spent that money, it helps me see that I made the revenue, and there's a good chance I wouldn't have made that without it. And then my return on investment, or the ROAS, is 2.3, which is the highest it's probably ever been. And then you'll notice too, Etsy does not necessarily, I think my ads are set at $17 a day. Etsy does not automatically use that number. So you'll see from the chart, like June 1st, it only spent $7.17 of my ad money. A different day, $9.65. There were some days that it got up to $15.80, but at no time in June did it spend the whole budget. So that makes me think, with what Brian said about things being different prices, that makes me think that what I have is lower price, like lower cost per click versus what the man in the original post was. So, but what I'm getting at is that last month, June, was great. Let's look at this month so far. This month so far has not been great. Most days, ad spend has been very low though, so at least I'm not losing too much money per day, because it's not spending that whole $17. But some days I'm spending like $9. One day I spent $16.75, so I got very close on July 6th, and it's really weird just watching the numbers go up and down. And that's just based on, I mean, how many people are visiting the site that day, how many people are clicking on products. So you'll notice I've already spent $84 this month, and I've only made $25.98 of revenue. So that's not great. But what I'm hoping for is some of the people that clicked on my products, maybe they favorited my shop and they'll be back. Maybe they added things to cart and they just didn't check out. So all of those things are factors, but something that you have to remember, ads aren't always the answer, and it's not always going to be foolproof. I have good months and I have bad months. But definitely if you're just starting out and you don't have any data, any like research or numbers behind what you're doing, I would not just be throwing money at ads. I would instead work on social media and work on marketing and get my products in front of people that actually want to see it, to start gaining some traction on Etsy. And that will kind of create a snowball effect. So that is my opinion on that. So thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Make sure you comment below and let me know anything that you want to see, because I've really been enjoying just looking at different people's posts and reacting to them and telling my just 2 cents. Make sure you like and subscribe so that way you never miss a video, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.